what's up? My name is Shanwein, and today we are going to talk about a very interesting topic regarding... Today is Thursday, right? There you go, guys. Today is actually Thursday, and it's me and my Big Mouth segment. So I'm kind of expecting with something very, very juicy topic for today, which is actually this is my take on with I don't know if you've heard of it. It's about the Kuwaiti social media star and a makeup artist with a 2.3 million followers on Instagram. Why is she so hot and famous right now? It was because of the comment that she made with the ongoing, I think it's an ongoing thing, right? Between the Philippines and Kuwait. It's sort of a law that they're trying to impose in Kuwait right now, that household workers or domestic helpers should have a 1 day off. Second is for them to have their passport, you know, with them at all times. Which, honestly, it should not be only in Kuwait. It should be in every country. Okay? Especially in the Middle East. Because, you know, guys, I don't know. Most of you don't have an idea how difficult it is to work as a household worker. Most probably not only in the Middle East, but in any country. Okay. We have a very, very poor law on that. Laws that can protect our domestic household workers. It's not only the Filipinos, but every single nationality who works inside a house. Okay. And yeah, going back to the topic. The name of the person is Sondos Alqattan. Okay. Again, she's a Kuwaiti national. And she's being quoted as to this was something that she said actually. One, she doesn't agree with the 1 day off. As per her, she said that how can you have a servant in your house who gets to keep their passport? Well, this is about the passport thing. So she doesn't agree with your servant, you know, having her passport with you. Basically, the way she sees these people is not servant but slave. Okay. Going back, okay, to the you know, title of your household worker, you call it domestic helper or household worker, but not slave. Okay, they are there to help you, but for you not to treat them as an animal or some sort of it's like owning them. You don't owe anybody. Okay, you don't owe any person. You may own things but not human. Okay. And she also disagree with the fact that every employer should give, okay, their employee a 1 day off. And for her, okay, that should be not the case. It should not be something that you know, it should not be a privilege. Okay, it should not be a benefit to any household worker. Okay, and household workers are not only housemaids or house nanny. They also have gardeners. They also have drivers. Okay, and one famous Emirati social media star, his name is Khalid. Okay, I'm going to put the link of his video on the description box. He is totally against to this. Okay, they are both in the same Arab world, but again, we should not generalize every Arab. There are certain Arabs who have the same mindset of Sondos, okay, but there are some Arabs who are, you know, humane, loving, generous. So this is basically the problem, you know. When people like this start talking without even thinking, most people generalize their kind, okay, which a lot of people as well jump into conclusion. They jump into they jump into things and make certain judgment. Me living in the UAE, dealing with some Arabs, not all Arabs are the same. Okay, some Arabs are nice, some Arabs are good, even into any nationality. Some Filipinos are bad and some Filipinos are good. And the list goes on. I mean, the list goes on and on. Okay? And, you know, most of the common problems of domestic helpers are, one, they don't get any day off. Two, they work more than 10 hours, maximum 18. Unfortunately, some goes up to 20. You know, over time, they're gonna get tired as well. They're gonna end up running away from their sponsors. And the dilemma, I'm gonna give you one good example. Some of the sponsors do not comply with the law when it comes to domestic helpers. They will gonna end that their workers, like domestic helpers, their nanny, their housemaid, their gardener, ran away from them. Okay. Now the passport is with the sponsor. Now the sponsor has rights to file an absconding case, which, by the way, absconding case means that if your sponsor filed that case against you, police can catch you anytime, put you in jail, and deport you to the Philippines or wherever you are from. Okay. But if the person, okay, the person who ran away was able to file a complaint against the sponsor breaching, okay, the contract that they both signed, saying that I am going to receive this much amount of money every month, I am going to have this benefits like 1 day off, number of hours working with them, and there's another thing, they would have vacation, which is paid vacation, and the ticket is paid by the sponsor, and so on and so forth. Okay, so normally, I'm not saying a lot, but normally there are a number of Filipinos or other nationalities who run away because they couldn't stand, you know, the long hours, no day off. At, you know, in a certain scenario, they're being treated like animals. Some are being treated like, how would I say this? They're like being treated an object who doesn't feel anything. And even if the Philippines have already, you know, stopped deploying household workers or domestic helpers in certain Middle Eastern countries, they still can come. Why? Recruitment agencies here, I'm gonna give you one good example. It's happening here. Recruitment agencies here try to communicate with some, you know, just a person, not a company or agency in the Philippines. What they do is that they're going to entice this person. I'm gonna give you $300 per person that you can send it here. So the travel agency, we're going to pay the visa and the ticket going to the country. And then what will gonna happen? The travel agency, rather not travel agency, but the recruitment agency is going to sell you out for 15 to 17,000. Okay, to any nationality who's looking for a household worker. And then when that happens, the fate or the destiny of the person who was able to do that, I mean the person who left the Philippines, is in the hands of their sponsor. Okay, there are some Arabic people who are very nice, extremely nice, and there are the opposite. Okay, doing that activity is human trafficking. Getting humans, getting Filipinos from the Philippines via visit visa, going here, is as simple as human trafficking, which is both government in the UAE and the Philippines is trying to avoid it. So going here through that way is a big risk. Okay. What else? So yeah, that's it. I mean, I'm sure there are a lot of domestic helpers who will gonna be watching this, who has some sentiments regarding what Sondos have said. Put your comments below. Tell everybody about your experience, not only working with Arabic people or Middle Eastern country, but I'm sure every one of you have your own stories coming from different angles. I would really love to, to hear your stories. We can talk about it, and maybe we can reach out to government entities such as our embassy or consulate, maybe, that we can sort things out with them. Maybe there's a need for us to strengthen the rights of every Filipino household workers going abroad as an OFW. Okay, we are here to help. I am here to help. I'll be more than happy to be part of that movement. For us, for every single household worker from the Philippines have Magna Carta, I would say, maybe. So through your comments, through your suggestions, we can do something. We can make a difference. If you haven't subscribed, please click the red button, hit that thumbs up, and the bell. Never forget the bell. Never ever forget the bell. Thank you for tuning in. Till next week.